Prince, say hi. Wow. Prince says, welcome to the channel. What does he have here? Some maple syrup. What are you doing with this maple syrup over here? Anyways, Prince and I are out here, boiling away here, making this lovely golden liquid stuff here. So you want to make maple syrup, huh? Good. Afraid it's gonna cost a lot of money to do it. Doesn't have to. This is an old milk jug. You can use water jugs, collect them through the year, repurpose them. Another option. This is a mushroom bucket from a restaurant. I've collected many of these through the years. You just cut a hole in it to put your spile in there, and the spile hangs the bucket and drips in there and keeps a lot of debris out of there. And it comes with a lid. So the bags and the buckets to collect a set traditionally are $15 to $20 a piece. These were free. So it takes 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. These are your different spiles. They range 60 cents to $2 a piece. These plastic ones are good for tubing operations. Some people I've seen just have a 5-gallon bucket. Maybe they got 4 or 5 trees real close. They run these little lines right off the spout into the bucket. That's fine. That's a cheap way to go. You ask, well, what about an evaporator? You don't need that either. In fact, this was my first evaporator. It was made out of cinder blocks, which are relatively inexpensive. You could use stone or brick. Anyways, you build your fire down in between your setup here, your blocks, and put a pan that'll fit over it and cook it that way. I had a nice evaporator way back in the day. This was my very first way of doing it. Graduated to a bigger evaporator, like a real evaporator, and then downsized to this when I moved. This is a barrel I got for $10. The pan was free, and the stove camp barrel kit set was $90. Log grate in there was donated. That was free, and then the smokestack and spark arrestor was around $50. So there's many ways to get it done. I think there's, for under 500 you can get it done, under a couple hundred even. Evaporators and reverse osmosis, now you're getting into the thousands. I mean, I had a bottling unit, a nice size filter press, and decent size evaporator. We went out in the woods, collected it. We even had a little trailer to put a storage tank on and pumps and whatnot to pump it into the evaporator. So, many ways to get it done. You just got to figure out what's best for you. You may need to buy good firewood, or if you know somebody or have a way to make your own, split your own, then even better. Under $100 for a turkey deep fryer kit, which will have a pot as well. Get yourself a propane can. You might already have that. So I wouldn't recommend doing this over the stovetop in your house. That's when you're evaporating this down, you're evaporating gallons and gallons of it down. It's got to go somewhere. So it'll actually destroy the interior of your house unless you have major and proper ventilation to do it. Now, what about bottling? Well, you can buy yourself some bottles and caps, and that's pricey, but when I first started this, I used basically mason jars. And so for a couple $100, you can get started and do this yourself. Or, you know, what's it going rate? About $20 a pint. I don't do it for the money. I do it because I love doing it. And it's a labor of love. We've been out here for about an hour. We probably cut this down in half. We had 5 gallons of sap roughly. So where can you make maple syrup? Well, if you're in hardiness zones 3 through 6, you more than likely can make this in your own backyard if you have maple trees. And you can do it on the cheap like I do. Get yourself a few of these buckets. That's how we collect the sap. So this is my sap storage tank. It's a Rubbermaid. I've had it for years. It's got the little spigot on there. Holds 150 gallons of sap. So some of you are like, well, how would I do it? How would I drill holes? Everybody has a drill, right? Get yourself a 5/16 inch drill bit. What you're gonna do is find the aerial root, which comes all the way down, extends down here. It extends out. Every tree has them. This one's got 3 on there, maybe 4. Go about waist high, 3 feet. Drill in there. There's a duct tape marked at 2 inches. So that's your depth. You pound the spile in with a mallet and hang the bucket. Put the lid on. Well, if you were able to get 5 gallons of sap, you'll probably get 16 to 20 ounces of syrup after you boil it down. Here I use 3 different maple trees, different species, which are sugar maple, field maple, and a red maple. So this is a refractometer. You extract a little syrup, squeeze it on there, close the lid, aim this toward a light source, and it'll show you how many bricks your syrup is. Your maple syrup should be between 66 and 68 bricks. So the refractometer, I did see them for like $20, $30 a piece last year on like Temu and Amazon. It's worth the investment. Me, I can just go by eyeballing it. I've done it for so long. So there's many ways. There's also a floating hydrometer. That works too. But anyways, I'll compile a list of everything you need to get started. I've had the fancier equipment. I didn't have everything. Reverse osmosis, I've never had that system. I've used a larger evaporator, a large filter press, a bottling unit, and this is what I've reduced myself down to, you know, basic stuff. It's pretty simple to do. It's worth it. It really is. If you're just looking to try it one time, I would suggest doing it. It's a great life experience, and it's simple to do. It's the purest form of food you could probably make. You know, you're just taking the sap, boiling it down, running it through a filter, and then you pour it on your pancakes or whatever. By the way, all this chattering, we're getting so close here. And it smells amazing. We're getting this down, right down to the wire. So yeah, you know, you don't need the fanciest equipment to do this. You don't need like a reverse osmosis system. Some people love them. I don't really care for them. That's just me. But there's some necessity type items you would need, and you know, a 5/16 inch drill bit. You know, you want to drill 2 inches into the tree, no more than that. Brand new is going to be $3 to $30-$40 even. I think I got mine at a flea market for 10 cents. You'll need a drill bit if you don't already have it. Spouts, some people call them. Anyways, depends on what you're doing. You know, if you were just hanging buckets, I use a plastic spile. Spiles run 50 cents to $2 a piece. Testing your doneness, you know, a hydrometer is a way to go. They're $50 to $60. That comes with a test tube for that price, or sometimes you have to buy them separate. But they run $50 to $60. I use a refractometer. They range 15 to several hundred. Mine was a little over 100. It's a little more durable, and you can accidentally drop it and it won't shatter. Your hydrometer will shatter because it's made out of glass, so keep that in mind. Moving on to, you know, collecting and storage. You know, a new plastic maple bucket or bag is usually about 2 to 3 gallons in size. They're going to be 15 to 20 bucks a piece. A stainless steel maple bucket, I've seen them go for about $30 to $35 a piece with a lid. I order these mushrooms sliced and they come in these pails and they're free. You know, I just cut the hole in them. If you know someone in the restaurant or hospitality industry, they might be able to hook you up with those. You just drill the hole in the side, you're good to go. It comes with a lid. Very cheap way of doing it. I used to use the milk jugs and water jugs, rinse them out and collect them through the years. So keep those open as, you know, options for you. Collecting, I think the 5-gallon buckets, don't use a pickle bucket because they're just gonna smell like pickles. You don't want like a hint of pickle in your syrup. I just buy them from the box stores, $3 to $5 a piece. You can get a lid for them for $1 or $2 more. And you could also do that as your storage. Instead of a storage tank, just have several buckets holding your set. Now I have a storage bin that's about 150 gallons. You know, you're gonna get into probably a couple $100 for something like that. Firewood, just make sure your firewood is good, nice, dry and seasoned. And you may have a neighbor that helps you out, gives you firewood and lets you tap their trees. Just hook them up with something. That's all I've ever done. Just give them a bottle of syrup, a thank you. And so as far as like an actual evaporating system, you know, my system here is $150 it cost me. You know, I had to customize it, but it would typically run you $150 to $300. Started out with the cinder blocks years ago, and then we built, you know, the walls up and had the fire in between them and the pan over. That worked good. I went to an evaporator after that, which was well over $1,000. That was beautiful to have. I moved, downsized, didn't need that big thing hogging up space. Where this system I have now is easy to move around, so keep that in mind as well. And, you know, if you're doing the cinder blocks, they're gonna crack every year. You'll have to replace some of them, but cinder blocks I think are about $2 to $3 a piece. And I hope you have some kind of a pan or pot. You could probably get one on the cheap, I'm sure. So moving on to, you know, filtering, you obviously, you know, this is a very important part of it. Finished cone filter would be 15 to 20 bucks. Pre-filter would be $5 to $10. Don't force that stuff through, take your time. It'll look amazing in the end. And then you go into the bottling. I started out with mason jars and I graduated onto fancier maple bottles. They're gonna run you about $1.50 to a couple dollars a piece. I bought mine in bulk, so, you know, it could save a little bit. Caps, be sure you have caps that fit. You may have to purchase the caps separately for the bottle. So if you like this content, please hit that subscribe button. I'd like to build this up some more. So hit that subscribe button, share it, like it, comment. Thank you so much, appreciate it. and I'll see you on the next video.